You know him, your kids probably love it, but you know what? Ronald McDonald is a menace. That's what one corporate watchdog is saying, and they want Ronald to hang up his boots for good. Mama said knock you out. LL Cool J turned on Fox News and found out he's going to be on Sarah Palin's new show tomorrow. One problem, he's never even talked to Sarah Palin. And lose control. If you're riding your motorcycle on Mulholland, the last thing you want to do is wipe out. Check that. Last thing you want to do is wipe out in front of a cop. All the stories people are talking about and everything you need to know right now on The Filter. Hello again on The Filter Forefront, our top 4 of the day, including why are police handing out so many tickets? But we'll begin with this. Gay marriage. It's been a debate for years. It was legal in California, then Prop 8 stopped same-sex marriages. Gay couples feel they have the right to be married, to be part of a union with a person they love. But beyond that, they want the benefits that come from being married as well. Well, today the LA City Council said yes, they should have some of the benefits that straight couples enjoy. The council approved a resolution backing Social Security benefits for same-sex couples. On its own, the resolution doesn't do much more than show support, but if federal legislation is proposed, support from Los Angeles will certainly help. Our contributors tonight, Emmy Award-winning journalist David Reese and Doctor of Social Ethics Charlotte Laws. Our pictures are furnished by Skype. Charlotte, I'm going to start with you. If we start giving same-sex couples all the same benefits and rights that straight couples have, does it really matter what the voters say?
Well, I understand your argument. I think in some respects it's a good argument, but I think what the city council did specifically I think it helps gay marriage argument. And the reason I say that is because they put forth a resolution which talks about same-sex couples, but there's no definition with respect to being domestic partnerships or any kind of legal document. So in other words, what it does is it creates a loophole. So an individual could say basically that they're a same-sex couple with their female friend, even though they're not gay, and they could then get those benefits. So I think that because when you create those kinds of loopholes, I think you end up with a situation where people want to close them, and one way to close them is to go ahead and legalize gay marriage.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that right now. So, David, I guess if in fact the city council were to have its way, wouldn't be an issue if there was gay marriage or not. Everybody would be treated the same.
Well, that's true, but this is sort of all about nothing because the city council doesn't make these decisions, and neither do the voters of California, actually. I mean, California law can be changed, but we're talking about federal law here, and that's what most of the gay people that I know are talking about, and that is, do you really want the term marriage, or do you want the rights that go with it? And that's the issue. If California legalizes same-sex marriage, it's not going to change federal law, and federal law still doesn't recognize that. So you can't file joint tax returns. You don't get survivorship benefits and Social Security, all the things that heterosexual couples enjoy.
So what would you prefer, marriage or the rights?
I want the rights. I don't care what you call it. I really don't. But that's sacrilege in the gay community to say that because they say it's not true equality until it's called the same thing. I think
it needs to be called marriage. I think it does need to be called marriage. I think language is very, very important. And I understand also that even with civil unions, that there are many protections and benefits that those couples are not getting and that it's not federally recognized, whereas gay marriage is federally recognized. So I think it's actually very, very important to be called marriage.
David,
I don't care what you call it, Charlotte. Just give me the same benefits. You're right. Some of those benefits are not given to domestic partnerships. So how about we just make domestic partnerships, for all intent and purposes, exactly like marriage? We just won't call it marriage.
All right. Let's move on here. And here's something I think everybody can agree on. You've been stopped for speeding? Then you really were speeding because usually police give you a little cushion. Rarely do you get stopped if you're 4 miles over the limit. Well, that's about to change. Because it's the law? No. Because of the economy. It's true. Cities are in such financial trouble that they're telling the police to start writing tickets to make more money. 1 mile an hour over the speed limit is 1 mile an hour too fast. The law is the law, but the problem here, this really has nothing to do with the law. Does that annoy you, David?
Well, this is a sad reality. That's not popular. So this is the backdoor way of raising money. I mean, they're never going to acknowledge that they're doing this. And we checked this out as a story recently to find out there's not a police agency who's going to admit to this. Nobody's going to cop to this. But it is, I'm sure, happening because it's the easy, cheap, sleazy, easy way to make money without having to actually cop to it. And, the truth is that people can complain about it. You know, people don't like getting pulled over for speeding, but let's face it, you were breaking the law. So there's a real simple solution to all this. Just don't speed.
No,
or don't go 10 miles an hour over, only go 5.
Well, now don't even go 5 miles an hour over. Don't go over. And by the way,
don't speed.
Don't speed, and that's the law. But Charlotte, the way they're making money here is a little ridiculous.
Well, I think it's offensive to people, and what it does is it defeats the argument that Mayor Villaraigosa and others like to make that we need more police officers, because people will then be getting so many traffic-related tickets, they're going to feel they want a decrease in police. I think a lot of people would rather pay more taxes than be harassed by the police as far as getting additional speeding tickets.
No.
Really?
No. I don't want to be harassed by the police, but I don't want to pay more taxes, I'll tell you that.
And it's kind of ironic, too, because speed limits are actually increasing throughout the country. In fact, they're talking about increasing speed limits in the San Fernando Valley. So it's kind of ironic that this is happening right now. But I just want to say they're giving fewer warnings, apparently, also. In my entire life, I have tried so hard to get a warning, and I only got one time about 20 years ago. My dad was in the car. The police officer comes over to the window, and my dad says, "Give her a ticket. She deserves a ticket." And the officer goes, "Okay, I'm just going to give you a warning." And I thought, my dad's a genius, because I never succeeded on my own.
I have an excuse that we just discovered works with the CHP. Sandra Bullock's husband got pulled over on his way to rehab in Arizona.
Right.
Told the police he was going there to save his marriage, and they let him.
Really?
That's got to be the key.
Apparently, if you're going to rehab to save your marriage, that'll get you off.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, now,